Yeah, this is Dave from cheapbooks.com playing World of Tanks. The tank I am playing is the T26E4 Super Pershing. This is an American Tier 8 medium tank, and the map is Himmelsdorf. This is a premium tank. It's one of the first tanks that I ever played. The first 2 weeks that I had the game, I bought this tank. I had a very low win rate, like 38%. In fact, it's still low, like 43%. And it's because I played so many games with this tank in my first couple of weeks. And at first I didn't like it very much, but I really like it a lot more now. It's got the feel of a heavy tank. I am going to get 4 kills in this game. I'm going to do 4,775 damage. I'm going to get 1,605 EXP. As you can see, it only does 15 kilometers going up the hill, so you have to be very patient and make sure that you select your route very carefully. You have to be take it very seriously, the route that you take, that you might not take as seriously when you're in a lower tier. So I am playing with the APCR rounds, because obviously I want to increase the chance I do damage to that tank. And you'll note that I was firing and then reversing to hide while I was reloading, because it is a little bit of a long reload. It's 7 or 8 seconds. Now right now I'm not doing proper angling, so I checked my angling to correct it. And then I continued on, but of course the enemy tanks left. And you can see we're going to pinch them into the corner. We're flanking them on both sides. Got my early shot in. Got to be very careful not to hit an ally. You can see that my angle is wrong. I'm going to use the dead tank to help block me a little bit, using the auto aim. And you'll notice that I'm making sure that my frontal armor is always facing him. I always return to have my frontal armor facing him. No matter where he goes, I move my frontal armor to face him. Again, I switch my frontal armor pointing towards him again. And make more adjustments, going for the ram. You want to ram with the center of the front of your tank. You don't want to ram with your tracks. You want to hit his tracks, but make sure the middle of the front of your armor is what hits him. You don't want to, if you hit him with your tracks, you're not going to cause any damage. You're only going to hurt yourself. Got 2 kills. Now I have the first aid kit. I only use it if I have an injured gunner or an injured driver. Other than that, I won't use it. You'll notice that I had to release the auto aim because it was too close to the building. And I only went far enough past the wall. What you're basically going to do is you're going to line up. There's a wall close to me, and there's a wall in the distance, which is what he's behind. And you want to line them up so they're as even as possible to give yourself the best protection. Got 3 kills. The reason why I use the APCR rounds is it is a premium tank, and I will earn enough credits. I'm not paying with the gold. I'm paying with the silver, and I will earn enough credits to pay for the rounds that I use, which is why I use the better rounds. And it does depend on who I'm shooting against. I will change rounds against easier tanks. Now in that case, if I had hit his frontal armor, it would have ricocheted. you can see that there's a tank behind me. And I'm angling my tank, trying to come around the corner at a different angle. What I did here, I was on the right side of the alley and I moved to the left side. And the reason why is because when I come around the corner, I don't want him to see the side of my tank. I want to be able to come in at an angle, and in order to get that angle, you have to move to the left side of the alley to come around the corner. And you'll notice I'm adjusting my tank to make sure my frontal armor faces him. And because he's low on hit points, I went in for the ram. Make sure the frontal armor is angled and facing the enemy. Now these German tanks are they do have very good armor. When I first met the Tiger in battle, I could never penetrate them. When I was playing in the lower tiers, the lower armor is actually very strong, and I seem to recall that the best place to hit these tanks is actually in the middle here. So when I would play in that tier, whatever tier it was, against all the Tiger tanks, I would be aiming for over here and not do any damage, and it was very frustrating. Now, as you can see, the GW Panther snuck up behind me and blasted me. And I think the reason why it was funny is because I had him on my mind. I was thinking, I'm going to go get that GW Panther, you know what I mean? And he was right behind me, and he did exactly the right thing. Instead of him sitting back and hiding and waiting for us to go after him, he knew where we were, so he came after us. And that allowed him to get an extra kill in. He did the right thing. So I did get 4 kills. I did 4,775 damage, 1,605 base EXP. That's without doubles and triples or any bonuses whatsoever. 1,605 is very good for EXP. It's very rare to get that. This is an excellent tank. I highly recommend it. You're really going to enjoy playing it. I would say that even though I had a very low win rate, it's actually a great tank for a new player because of the great frontal armor on it. If you have any questions or comments, please post below.